Now, a lot of candidates come to us because they're wanting to get their first or next mining job. And one of the first things that we say is, have you considered a utility role? And one of the most common answers we get is, no. What? And yeah, fair call. I mean, I started as a utility in 2001, long time ago, and I'm pretty sure they're still paying the exact same amount 20 odd years later. But that doesn't mean that you should discount this potential role as your first or next way into the mining industry. And in this video, I'm going to go over the 4 ways in which utility roles rock and why you should potentially consider one. Number 1, and the most obvious one, is utility roles are basically a gateway job, meaning that it's your foot in the door to a better job. And let's look at it from the company's point of view. Companies love people who actually have a little bit of exposure to the mining industry. So even in utility roles, you've actually got that exposure of being aware of the FIFO nature, what's to be expected, being away from your friends and family, etc. So companies, big mining companies, are way more likely to take you on than a candidate who's never ever set foot on a mine site before. And whilst it can vary from state to state, the general minimum requirements to get a utility role are a manual driver's license. In most cases, I've seen companies take on candidates with an auto or even no license, go figure, a white card in a lot of cases, and a police certificate. Really, that's it. Other tickets that can be actually beneficial are an RSA, a forklift, a PTD authorization if you're wanting to go for a bus role. Number 2, in most cases, utility roles are quite physical roles. So if you want to think about perspective, you actually get paid to work out for about 12 hours a day for 2 weeks at a time. So it can be a great way of getting fit. By the way, utility roles encompass a whole variety of different roles, all smashed into one. Some of them can be kitchen hand, dining room attendant, housekeeping, bus driver, logistics, the list goes on, admin, grounds people, airport reporting officers. So basically the term utility is very, very vast. So it's not just cleaning and kitchen hand roles. And one of the best things about utility roles is the fact that you can actually go into the different departments. So you might have the opportunity to go from, let's say, housekeeping to potentially bus driving, or from the kitchen to potentially bus driving, or from anywhere else to bus driving. And being a bus driver was the exact way that I went from that to then driving trucks. So if that's a career path that you want to maybe consider, you're going to need your HR driver's license and your PTD authorization. And not that this is an advertisement for bus driving, but seriously, when you're driving the buses, you get to meet who's who in the zoo, aka the people who can potentially help you to get another good job in the mines. Number 3, without a doubt, is you're going to meet the most awesome people you've ever met in your life. I swear you're going to come across people that you would have never crossed paths with ever before, and you're going to most likely meet your BFF for life. I know I did. And you're going to see some cool stuff like this. All right, maybe not that last one. By the way, I'm Alana from Win-Win. If you're finding this helpful, hit that red subscribe button and join our Facebook group for exclusive content to get you employed. Now, number 4 is all about perspective. You can either be a glass is half empty sort of a person or a glass is half full sort of a person. I'll leave that up to you, but here's a little bit of an example. This glass here is definitely half full, but this one here definitely needs topping up. That's better. And if you are wanting to go for a utility role, you might want to consider jumping onto Seek or Indeed or LinkedIn and checking out companies including these ones. And perspective is what brings me to number 4. Yes, $25 an hour for a utility FIFO job where you're away from your family and friends and loved ones for up to 2 weeks at a time, if not more, totally sucks, right? Yes, it does. But let's look at it from the view of the glass being half full. Okay, just think about this. Your wealth is not determined by how much money you make. So $25 an hour, you can probably get that at Macca's, right? It's determined by how much you keep and how much you can save. So when you're not down in town buying, let's say, dinners, fuel, potentially you might have a really great setup where you don't have to pay rent when you're away, excess gas, excess water costs, excess electricity, wear and tear on your car, the fact that you might be limited to 4 mid-strengths per night. There are a ton of ways in which you can actually save money when you're working FIFO. So perspective, saying that the glass is half full, says that FIFO is awesome, even if it is a $25 utility role. My final thing for you is, you're not too good for a utility role. Go and get one.